Have you ever paid attention to how Walt Disney built an empire with the creation of Disney World? How a small mouse eventually became the face of a multi-billion-dollar corporation? How it not only became a place where dreams come true, but a place where thousands can enjoy a getaway, while hundreds of thousands are employed day to day. It didn't happen overnight, but one thing it took was a vision.
What is the future to you? So many people have vision. There are three aspects of vision: hindsight, foresight, and insight. This video gives us an opportunity to look ahead, to see our past. Therefore, we know where we are, where we're going, and where we will be.
Have you ever took the time to look at yourself as an infant? How it took much effort to help you develop and grow into the person you are today? Just like how you were in your infant stage, that's the state of the Jesus Camp today, needing your help to pour into its development and growth so it can be the resort it was envisioned to be.
So we got to the camp and everything, and I was just amazed of what was going on, but I just never could see the picture for as with me, not as in God was not going to bless us, but just me. And I can remember one day, Apostle told me, said, stick with the vision, and he had to know it. I will never say he don't know, because I understand the power of God on it. And it really just freed me, because I was like, okay, how am I gonna do all this, and we this. So what I did, I told Apostle one day, I called back, and a lot of people don't know this. I started with Jesus Camp with a push move, and it wasn't that the organization couldn't provide what I wanted. I wasn't gonna call Apostle and ask him for nothing.
That's the truth.
And what I did,
That's the truth.
we got with all the pastors, and I said, hey man, if y'all would help me put a down payment to get the zero turn, the church will pay it off. And that's what we did. And we've been mowing grass ever since.
But it's a big undertaking.
Yes, sir.
For one man and his family, and I think this is one of the things I want to do, because you have been faithful here for how many years now?
This will be my 8th year.
8th year,
Yes.
and that's a lot for one man to do.
Yes.
So we want the organization to come in.
The part here that Apostle's going to have for the temple is going to be the baby temple. So this right here will be, all this will be closed in. That's his vision and what he's planning on doing. He's, making this out of the church. It's supposed to be similar to the temple in Florida. Is what his vision is what his plans is.
It takes a vision to start the process, and it takes a vision to finish the process. There's much to be done to get the Jesus Camp Resort thriving at its ultimate potential, but with your help, the task is not far out of reach. Let's take a comparison to see where we are and where we will be. The ultimate vision of the Jesus Camp is simple. The vision is simply to employ or compensate the ministers and pastors of Church of God the Bible Way. Secondarily, to help assist children in college of ministers and pastors, as well as supporting the widows of pastors and unfortunate deaths of their husbands, and to be a facility accessible to the saints for leisure at their convenience. A home away from home. Project scope. Pastors will be compensated on the size of the church. Pay scale will be based upon size of church. Compensation will be given according to tithing and registered members only. Project plan will include a widow funding in the unfortunate death of a pastor, and the widow will receive her husband's salary as long as she remains single. College fund will be paid per minister's child that is in college. Pay scale. Pastors who have 25 to 50 members will receive $250 and will be awarded $25,000 in life insurance. Pastors who have 51 to 100 members will receive $510 and will be awarded $50,000 in life insurance. Pastors who have 101 to 200 members will receive $1,010 and will be awarded $100,000 in life insurance. Pastors who have 201 to 301 will receive $2,010 and will be awarded $150,000 in life insurance. Pastors who have 301 to 401 will receive $3,010 and will be awarded $250,000 in life insurance. How can this work? Promote. If pastors can promote all scheduled events, we can have 100% occupancy. Encourage. Encourage all members to register and pay tithes that are able. Help. This project will help increase evangelism efforts.
Greetings to all of you, the saints of the Most High God. I'm certainly delighted for this project that we've undertaken, known as the Jesus Camp. Several years ago, I was offered this property by Bishop Guy. And when he presented this project to me, I thought, what a wonderful idea if we could take and transform this camp into a major resort that ministers to the minister himself. I requested assistance from the women's department. They assisted me in purchasing this property because I wanted it to be a means of support for ministers. I began pastoring here at the Church of God the Bible Way nearly 35 years ago. When I did so, my family was young. We had children and finances were hard. And I've watched organizations through the years. To me, many operate like a pyramid scheme where the bishops and leaders up top live productively off the finance that they get from the people at the bottom. I didn't think that was appropriate, and I've always aimed as a leader of the Churches of God the Bible Way to look out for that pastor that's struggling with a smaller congregation. So I wanted to provide a way for this minister to be effective so that his family can be supported and the children can be supported. Ministers' children and their families go through a lot, and many because they work on a volunteer basis, and many their finances are just, it's terrible. A preacher has to work a job and then pastor the church, and the church can't grow effectively, but yet the leaders on the top seem to be prospering monetarily while these other smaller congregations and their pastors are suffering. The Jesus Camp became a vision, and the vision to provide finances for pastors through this resort that God had given us. And I thought if we could turn this into a major resort and bring it on the scale of a 5-star resort that people are coming from all over to come and experience, the funds for this would become a way of financial support for pastors and leaders. This way, even if there was a smaller congregation that was not able to afford a proper salary for the pastor, that we could in turn do that through the organization. I don't know any organization in this country who is doing something like this, but this is the vision that God gave me. All I need is the support of the congregants to bring Jesus Camp to the place where people would enjoy coming to it. Pools, zip lines, horses, cattle, hunting, ponds, lakes, the hotel, all of these things were provided, which will become $1 million or more income at this particular resort, which we will funnel back through the church to support ministers and ministry and their children. And not only that, we could be able to even support and send some of the congregants to church, to college, of the church to college. We will have so many wonderful opportunities if we can bring the Jesus Camp to where we intended for it to be. First of all, it will be a place that all of the members of the Church of God of the Bible and others can go for relaxation and fun throughout the year. I want this to be no different than SeaWorld, Disney World, Legoland, and all the other lands. We want this to be something that is top scale, but I need the support of the saints from all over this body, and even those that are not a part of the Church of God the Bible way, to support what we're doing so that we can be effective. There are several dimensions in which I would like this Jesus Camp to function. First, I'd like to function as jobs for our teens throughout the entire organization in the summer. So my plans are children from all of the churches can go and work at the Jesus Camp in the summer and make funds while they're working as an income. Secondary, I'd like it to also be an avenue of relaxation for the saints, an income, and also a ministry to the local area there to be able to function as a church. I'd like to have this in such a manner that singings and gospel teachings and a year-round free resort for pastors. Pastors get burnt out, they get wore out, and we want it to be that pastors will always be able to go to the Jesus Camp free, year-round, for relaxation. That means a pastor gets wore out and says, man, I can't take it this week, I'm tired. Just make a call, go to Jesus Camp. We will have a full-time staff working 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Now this would in fact be something that's unheard of, ran by apostolic leadership and the women of the Churches of God the Bible Way as the administrators of the business. So we have several hotels there, so much going on in that particular place at the Jesus Camp, tree houses, Olympic-sized pool. And what I would like to do, if you would help us and assist us in raising $2 million for this project, I promise you we will deliver it, and it will be like none other. None of this money is to be spent on persons, but on the camp itself. I want to transform this place into something that has never been done. We own 43 acres there. We have the capacity of sleeping 500, and I would like to take this up a little more to sleep about 1,500 people, and we want to employ at least 150 people on this particular grounds. Help us make this come to pass, and I promise you, if you help us, we will make sure that ministers, their children, and their wives are compensated for what they give into this great church. And we will not only do that, but we will also use it as a resource to minister to other members and congregants of this church. God bless you, and I need your support for this vision. I'm asking you to support and make a sacrifice in making this vision come to pass. Thank you.
To support the vision of the Jesus Camp and for all donations, please text 833-884-4428 and text GIVE. Then click the link once the text responds. Once on the Text to Give webpage, please indicate the amount you'd like to give. Then select Gift Type, either Give One Time or Set Up Reoccurring. If you select Set Up Reoccurring, you'll be asked to input your frequency, ranging from every week, every 2 weeks, every month, or the 1st and 15th monthly, and when you'd like to start. For both payment options, you'll be asked to select a fund. Please click the selection box and click Jesus Camp and click Next. Then follow the following prompts. We thank you in advance for helping and sowing into the vision of God, because without your help, the vision wouldn't be possible.